Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Leke, and good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Leke, and I'm the one that will be taking you, through the training of cinematography, the craft of cinematography 1. So the course is divided into two. We have a cinematography 1 for the beginners class and the cinematography 2, for the advanced class. So what we'll be discussing is the cinematography 1, and just as you have it in your curriculum, the first thing we'll be discussing is on the introduction. So the first thing we'll be discussing is introduction to digital film recording. So you can read alongside on the screen, or you get your notes, you have your material with you, you can open it also. So I read now. Introduction to digital film recording. In today's world of film recording, the attention has been lightly shifted away from the worrisome, burdensome, and time-taking process of recording a movie. That are the days of capturing images on a prolonged film stock of 35mm in a negative form, which again must be developed in the studio before you can even see clearly the playback of what you have captured. Now, what are we trying to say? There are some we have some times, very long time ago, like decades ago, where film recording is done in a very hectic and burdensome manner. So in fact, assuming you are alive then to witness the video, it wasn't a palatable experience then, because the process of recording film is time taking, is too burdensome, is too hectic, is tedious, and it's not even interesting at all. So and how is it time taking? How is it burdensome? Let me take you through the ages. Now, those days when they want to record movie, what they use then is what we call film stock of they use 35mm film stock, and the movie we watch around us today is also called 35mm feature movie. So and the idea came from that time of 35mm film stock. What do we mean? It is 35mm film stock means a kind of a thin nylon, transparent nylon that they insert into those cameras. You must have seen it one time or the other, probably with from your friend, or you have used all these analog cameras before, and when they use it to snap that a transparent nylon like something, so it's what we call film stock. So the one they use is 35mm one. That's what they use in film recording, so not like the photo. So when they finish recording their movie, of course, if you take that's when you take those that film stock, while you are recording, you can't see the video you are recording, so everything looks still in negative form. So all you need to do is that you have to take it to studio to process for you to see your playback, so of what you have recorded. So because everything is still in negative form, it is not clear, it looks somehow, so it looks as if the image maybe black and white style. We don't not type of what you should even call it. So they now take it to studio. They must now develop it before they can now start using it. So that's how they start they record. So of course that's too bad. And another thing is that the damning I want to continue reading now. So it says the damning stress of carrying almost a 20 kg or to 30 kg weight of camera, or even some for which cannot be moved about due to their gigantic sizes, makes film recording a disgusting craft to learn. Imagine a situation whereby the camera you are using is as big as 10 kg, 15 kg, 20 kg, 30 kg, very hefty camera. In fact, some of them can't be carried about, so you have to station them in a point. So things like movement shots is not the order of the day, because before you put one big camera on your shoulder and begin to walk about, it's not a small stress. So they are too hefty. These are the cameras they use then, so in film recording. Now I sure you can describe this archaic process of film recording better than I have done. The entirety of this process is being done manually, reason for which it is described as analog film recording. Now the idea is that everything about this film process is being done manually, and that's why you have those cameras as big as anything, because everything on them are manual. You remember your manual TV, those days, your black and white TV, sometimes to change channel you have to go and start, exacting force to shift something, to turn something. You understand? I think you remember that. Yes, you have known at home. So you have to exert much force to change channel. Unlike these days that you just stand at some millimeters away and use your remote to control it. So that is how the camera is done in those days. So you have to go also to achieve a certain function. You turn something, you wind something with force. You have to do it, press manually. So it is being done manually, and anything that responds to manual operation is what we call analog. So when there's something is analog, that is, it is the one that is being done by that is being done manually. So that is, so they do everything manually, and since they call it, that process is called analog. That's why they call it analog film recording. That is, the process of recording film by analog. So analog camera. So all of those cameras are analog cameras that you operate manually. So that's the beginning of AFR, which is analog film recording. Now let me permit you now to share with us, because I want this class to be actually interesting. I want you to also share with us. Probably you also have an experience, you might have been old enough to be around those days. I'm talking about years ago, very long year, and even to recent, because those things did not just fade out. Analog film recording did not just fade out, it was gradual. So probably you have witnessed it, or you didn't witness it, but someone told you about it. So and you want to share with us, please share in the chat room and let us enjoy ourselves. And another thing I want us to also discuss in the chat room is that though this analog recording looks unpalatable and interesting, yet we cannot say it's that bad. It has some advantages, it has some disadvantages. I want you to think of those advantages and disadvantages, particularly compared to what we do today as we continue. Now let me continue now with nevertheless, now I read from here. I want you to see it as I read. That's why I'm trying to scroll it. Now I read from here now. With that in the background, we realize that there are rules in it for less effort taking, time consuming, and more rigorous process of making movie, of recording film. As the time travels, big cameras are being compacted to smaller sizes with advancement in its mechanism. Other than going that long stressful way of doing it manually, that is in analog film recording, camera now do it itself, digital, which is digital process, even with their smaller sizes. Hence, digital film recording takes the order. What are we trying to say is that gradually people begin to crave for a means of doing this thing in a more convenient way, finding it more interesting. So what they are now doing is that all of those big cameras, they begin to reduce their sizes. And what they now do is that most of the functions on it that were done manually, they begin to convert them, by the advancement in technology, they begin to convert them to chips on a flat board, which is now called panel. So most of those big manual functions, manual things, maybe like iron one wheel that you have to push and tweak, they are now being compacted, reduced in size to just ordinary chip on the panel. So now on the panel now, sorry, I want to cut that audio. So now on the panel now, all you just need to do is sorry, I want to cut that thing. Now on the panel now, they now begin where they represent small chips. So they now on the camera, they now start representing some of those manual functions now with figures, not with letters. So such that once you just press a letter, it affects a certain function. So you get a certain function done. So this time around, it is not manual any longer. You don't have to start pushing something like that. You want iron like that before you can achieve any function. So everything now responds to letters by digging. So when on your camera you find sometimes you find them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, labeled like that, just for you to achieve. Once you press the value 1, it will tell you it was effect a certain function. Press value 2, it will do this one. Press value 3, it will do this one. So camera starts responding to digit. So you now use digit numbers, marks, abbreviations, alphabet. You now use them to control the functions of the camera, and anything that responds to digit is what we call digital. Cameras that can operate to digit, that can, any electronics that can be operated by digit are what we call digital. So you understand that sometimes your phone responds to digits. It responds to mark. Sometimes to unlock your phone, what do you use? You just press code, you press digit numbers, and your phone gets locked, your phone gets unlocked, and things like that. So that is what we mean by digital, and that's what they also converted cameras into, to be using digit number, abbreviations, letters, marks, signs, and things like that. So and by that reducing their sizes, so to becoming digital cameras. So hence that's how they started digital film recording. And of course you can see the camera this young man is holding. Look at the camera as small as that, and then you can look at the video. If you look at the video, it will be recording. It's very, very great. So, and the camera is as small as this. So but if you have to look at the cameras of those days, the camera that will be giving you the quality of this one, you can't just describe how it will be. So that is the advent of a digital film recording. Digital film recording, I read now. Digital film recording, in its simplest term, explains the process of capturing images with digital cameras. That's just a simple definition of digital film recording. It means capturing, recording of images, videos with what? Digital cameras. And I've explained what digital cameras is. On the other side of the spectrum, digital cameras are the brands of camera that operate on digits just by finger pressing or tweaking. So once you just press your numbers by your finger, now your finger, you get your function done. Mechanisms that were manually done in analog cameras are now converted to digits in operation, most of which are now expressed as letters, alphabets, designating marks on a reader. So I've explained that. So you just see one mark, one line like this, and you see one dot on it. That once you just reach this dot, get on this dot, so function will be affected. When you press this dot, so function will be affected. When you press this alphabet, so thing will be done. This letter, so that's it. So mechanism in manual cameras of analog those days, have been converted to what? To digits in operation. So you cannot use digit to operate them. So all you need to do is to master the level. So all you need to do is to master the level. It should be, what value will do it better, and where is a preset or button located on the camera or in the menu. That's all you've got to do in the digital film recording. So in digital film recording, all you just need to do, you don't need to start pushing one wheel or the other like that. All you just need to do is that master what alphabet should I use. If I should use letter, if I should use 2, will it give me what I want? If I should press 4 and they hit together, will it give me what I want? Okay, if I should turn it like this, if I should tweak it, turn it like this, will it achieve what I want? Okay, what side should I turn it to? And it's just like that. Once you can just understand all of those things, you are done with it. And also some buttons, where are they located on the camera or in the menu? So cameras, you can operate any camera. All you need to do is that know where a certain button is located. That's all. So and you are at the point of a digital film recording, and you are there to record great movies. So that's how far we can discuss about digital film recording for the sake of this class. The technology of the camera setup might not be convenient to discuss here due to the time and focus. Our focus here is not to start discussing on how the camera works itself, on the panel, how one chip responds to one number or whatever. So we are not in the workshop of where they repair cameras. So but basically all we just want to learn about digital film recording is that it's an advancement in technology to using digital cameras to record movies as against what we have in the analog days. So that is about digital film recording, and that's where we'll be stopping for this class. I want to welcome you. Thank you very much for patience and watching the video.